All right, 54. Let's talk about perfect squares. What was our first perfect square? 1, yeah. What was the next one? 4. Come on, guys. 9, yeah. 16, keep going. 25, yeah. 36, let's do one more. 49? Okay, so take your calculator, take 54, and divide it by any one of those. You want the one that divides evenly. So tell me which one divides evenly. 9? Yeah, there you go. So 9 times what is 54? 9 times 6. There you go. Alright, but we did letters differently, okay? So guys, the only thing that's going to be on your math workshop test is this stuff and factoring that we've been doing, and we're going to keep doing them, okay? So please take advantage and learn how to do it if you haven't already. So how did we take letters outside to the front? We didn't do it like we did numbers. We divided by a special number. We divided by 2 because this was a square root, and square root meant 2, right? So what's 8 divided by 2? P to the 4. Very good. It gets to come outside. Alright, and now one of these numbers gets to come out. Which one gets to come out? 9 gets to come out as 3. And then bring down your P to the 4, and the 6 stays inside. Alright, what about number 10? What about 16? It's already 4, right? It's right here on the list. It's 4. Alright, and how did we do letters? We divided them by what number?
2.
By 2. Can you divide 11 by 2? No, so you had to find the even number, 10. There you go. But if somebody takes $1 from you, you're going to be ticked, right? You took a letter away from this. You've got to put another T. There you go. And now I can divide this 10 by 2 and get what? There you go. There you go. And the other T stays inside. He hadn't done all his chores yet, so he can't go out and be with his friends. Alright, what about 72? 72 is not on the list. 8, you said 8's not on the list, Abby. Which one's on the list that goes into it? 49, you said? Let's try it. If it's wrong, who cares? We'll just fix it. Alright, it's a decimal. Let's try another one. 36, okay. It's good if you go in order. That way you don't skip one and you don't forget which one you've done. Look at there. 36 goes. So 36 times what? Times 2. There you go. Alright, what about the j to the second? Can he come outside already? Can I divide him by 2? Yeah, what's 2 divided by 2? J to the 1. There you go. Alright, what about k to the 15? Okay. There you go. You can't divide him, so you're going to do 14 and 1. Alright, can I take the 36 out? Yeah, what's he get to come out as? 6. There you go. Just bring down that j to the 1. Can 2 come out? No. Can k to the 14 come out? Yeah. K7. There you go. 2k. Perfect. Alright, we got one more, then we're done. Alright, what about 200? What perfect square goes into 200? 100. There you go. 100 times what? Times 2. Alright, can I divide this one by 2? Yeah? What you get? 5. Can I divide this guy by 2? Yep. So I gotta break them up. 2 and 1 gives you 3. And can I divide that guy by 2? Yep. Y2. There you go. Alright, now when you take everything out, you gotta put them in alphabetical order, okay? So 100 gets to come out as... How much?
10.
10. 10 times 10 is 100. There you go. Alright, look at all your letters. What letter comes first? W, Y, or X? W. There you go. So bring down W to the 5. It really helps if you mark them out. That way you know what you've already dealt with, okay? Alright, I got 2 letters left. I got Y to the second and X. Which one? X. But he's got to come out as what? Just a X to the 1. There you go. Or you can just put X. Alright, and then bring down your Y to the 2. And then what's left inside? Oh, 2x. There you go. See, that's why you mark them out. That way, whatever's not marked out is what stays inside. Y'all okay? All right, ACT. I know it's been about, what, 2 weeks since we've done an ACT? So we're going to do 17 and 18. Ooh, don't start that. Don't start the yawning. All right, we're going to do 17 and 18, okay? Everybody should have them. If we're doing 2 problems, how many minutes do you get? 2 minutes. There you go. Don't start yet, though. Don't cheat, okay? All right, so one of the things that we talked about, don't start yet, okay? One of the things that we talked about on the Saturday session is a strategy, okay? So let's say that for some reason you get freaked out on number 17 and you don't know how to answer it, okay? We do what's called an LOD, a letter of the day. So you're driving to ACT one Saturday, right? The next ACT is the 28th. The next one after that is December 9th. So you're driving down the road and you go into ACT and you got to think of a letter that you're going to pick if you don't know one. And you pick that letter every single time. Because statistically, if you pick the same letter every single time, you are bound to get several of them right. Does that make sense to everybody? But if you Christmas tree it, you get a less of a chance. So pick the same letter. So you get in your mind what letter you're going to pick. If I got a letter you're going to pick? Okay, so you're going to work through 17 and 18. But if for some reason you don't know how to do it, you're going to pick the same letter every single time if you don't know how to do it. Does that make sense? Okay? All right, so here we go. We got 2 minutes. Let me get the timer up, ready to go. Oh, wrong thing. No, this new iOS. There's. All right, 2 minutes and go. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 17 and 18. 17 and 18. Okay, y'all okay with that one? All right, so we're going to go over that when. When will we go over these two? Tomorrow we'll go over them, okay? So here's what I want you to do. I handed out some new notes to you. They're extremely easy when we start off. Extremely easy. And in these notes, there are 2 tests. There are 2 tests in these notes. And a quiz. 2 tests and a quiz, all right? So your quiz is going to be on dimensions, solving, and adding and subtracting, okay? That's what your quiz will be on. Your test is going to be out of the whole thing, and then there's another test. Go to the very, very back page. Flip over to the very, very back page. What kind of test did we have last quarter? We didn't do perfect. We did perfect squares, and this quarter we're going to do Perfect cubes. There is a reason why we're doing them, guys, so please take them seriously. Notice that we're only doing through 10 on perfect cubes, okay? There's a reason why we're going to do a test on them. It's because when we get to a certain section, you have to know these perfect cubes. Are y'all okay? All right, here we go. Very first learning target. What's our very first learning target? I can state the dimensions. You ever been to a concert or to some kind of play and you get on your ticket and it says section G, row 5, or whatever? Okay, so it's the same thing when we do matrices. Matrices are just the beginnings. It is the beginning of computer programming, okay? That's all that a matrices is. So if any of you like computers, then this is what that is, okay? All right, so let's start with the very first one. Very first one are dimensions, okay? So here's what you need to know about dimensions. They are rows by columns, okay? Rows by columns.
Okay, so you all are aware of the nomination form to go out for I am the difference, right?
By column, right? Row by column. So somewhere on here, row by column. And so, have you ever seen the trucks that are like 4x4 and it says literally 4 times 4 right on there? That's the way we write these. It's the same thing. When you go by like lumber, it's like a 2x4 or a 4x4 or a 16x16, all that good stuff. They write the X. We don't write the dot for these. It's just a notation. All right, so how many rows? Rows are left and right, if you need to write that down, okay? And columns are up and down. Just like if you got columns on your front porch, they're up and down. So how many rows left and right are there here? How many rows? There are 2. And we always write the X for the times. There's 2 by, how many up and down columns are there? 3. There you go. Y'all okay? There's 2 rows left and right. Okay, look at number 11. Left and right. How many rows are there? Okay, guys, left and right. There are 3. Okay, how many columns are there up and down? 1. There you go. So easy, but it's so important, okay? All right, look at this one. Left and right. How many rows are there? 4. Yep, 4. And how many columns up and down? There's 3. There you go. All right, what about number 13? Left and right. How many rows are there? 3. And columns up and down? 3. There you go. All right, 14. How many rows left and right? 2. And how many columns? 5. Perfect. And 15 left and right? 3. How many columns? Perfect. Okay, y'all okay? It's very, very easy, but it is extremely important. If you cannot do this, the rest of this chapter is going to be very difficult for you, okay? So let's look at number 16. 16 is just as easy. The point here is not that you can solve an equation, because we already know how to solve an equation. It's that you can match them up. So the very first letter is 2x. And where is he at on the matrix? Left or right? He's on the far left. So what other number over here on this one is on the far left that matches up with it? 5. So you're going to write 2x equals 5. And then I can solve for x. How would I solve for x? Divide by 2. And it equals 2.5. Very good. Alright, then you've got 3 in the middle. Which one over here matches up with the one in the middle? 3y. So you write 3 equals 3y. It's very easy. And y equals 1. Very good. Alright, you got one more. 3z on the far right. Which one over here is on the far right? 9. So 3z equals 9. Divide by 3. Perfect. Z equals 3. Y'all okay? Alright, what about number 17? You got 4x's on the left. Equals 12. Very good. X equals 3. And then you got 3y's on the right. Equals negative 1. Now be careful on this one, guys, okay? You're going to divide by what number? Positive 3. Yep. And when you divide that, if you divide that in your calculator, it's 1 divided by 3, not 3 divided by 1. So it's still a fraction, negative 1/3, okay? Oh, I don't know why I just circled that. Oh well, it'll be all right. All right, 18, here we go. So you've got 4x is in the top row. What over here matches up with it? 15. You see how it's got a plus on? That means it's all together, 15 plus x. So 4x is equal to 15 plus x. All right, now how do I solve for x on this one? Subtract the x. Perfect. So what's 4x minus x? 3x. Divide by 3, and x equals 5. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay, 5 equals, and it's 2y minus 1 because it's all together, okay? What would I do there? Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Divide by 2, and you get 3. Perfect, perfect. Y'all okay? Notice how we're not writing any order pairs, right? It's very easy stuff so far. Okay, now look at this one. Do you see how the 4x and the 3 are together because they have a subtract sign? But there's like a space between that and the 3y? Okay, so there you go. So those two are different. The 3y goes with the negative 15. Perfect tie. So 4x minus 3 is in the top row and the first column, right? So which one over here goes with that? 9. Yep. Yeah, you're right. Add 3. Uh-huh. Very good. Divide by 4 and you get 3. Y'all okay? Easy stuff so far? 3y equals negative 15. Divide, and you do, and then you get negative 5. Perfect. Very good job. All right, now it said solve. When we're solving, we're only concerned about letters, right? Does this 7 have a letter? No. What does he match up with, though? 7. Does that 7 have a letter? So you got 7 equals 7. That's fine. That's already done for you. So I don't have to even worry about that. So I've got, you can write 7 equal to 7 if you want to, but you don't need to because all it wanted you to do was find all the letters. All right, so we've got 13 equals what? 2z plus 1. Perfect. Get 12 equals 2z, divide. Perfect. Are y'all okay with this stuff? This is just the very basic beginning of computer programming. That's all you do with matrices, okay? All right, so let's flip over real quick and let's do our next learning target, which is I can add and subtract matrices. Guys, this stuff is just as easy, okay? Just as easy. Here's the thing about these. You ready? Here's what you need to write a big note about. Have to be the same dimensions. Have to be the same dimensions. When you add or subtract, they have to be the same dimensions. Okay, if they're not the same dimensions, read the directions and tell me what we do if they're not the same dimensions. Write impossible. There you go. All right? So here we go. Here's what we're going to do. Notice what is around all of these matrices. Brackets. So that's what we're going to write, okay? All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take that first number is in the 6. There you go. What's 6 plus negative 4? 2. Positive 2. Yep, you're done. All right, let's go to the next one. Negative 5 plus 3. Now, look, I'm going to leave me a good space in between these two numbers, okay? So what's negative 5 plus 3? Negative 2. Notice how I write them far enough apart that it does not look like 2 minus 2, okay? And then 9 plus 2, 11. There you go. That's my first row. All right, then you do your bottom row. Negative 3 plus 6. Positive 3. Negative 4. Yeah. Perfect. Notice how I've got plenty of space in between those numbers. Okay, and you're done. Y'all okay? Easy enough? All right, same thing on number 2, but what's the only thing on number 2 that you're going to do? You're going to subtract. So same thing. Start your bracket. How much is that? 12. Perfect. What about 7? 7 minus 3. Notice how I leave me plenty of space between 12 and 4, okay? Plenty of space. is negative 12. Perfect. And the last one? All right, now be careful. That's negative 6 minus negative 12. There's your two negatives. Positive 6. There you go. There you go. Y'all okay? All right, y'all try number 3 on your own. You try number 3, okay? You try number 3.
What operation are you doing on 3? Use your calculator if you need to, okay?
All right, what'd you get for your top row? Just your top row. 12 and 1. Perfect. Y'all okay? Notice how I left plenty of no space so it doesn't look like 121. What about your bottom row? Negative 12 and 1. Perfect. Perfect. Y'all okay? Easy stuff? All right, what about number 4? Why is that impossible? Because when you add and subtract, they got to be exactly the same, right? So you just write impossible. Notice that we don't write no solution because no solution has a different meaning that we're going to talk about in chapter 4, okay? So make sure you write the word impossible. Y'all okay with that? All right, y'all try number 5. Can you subtract those? Why? Because they're the same. There you go. Subtract number 5 real quick.
Gotta be the exact same in order to subtract. So a little bit bigger.
All right, just your top row. Just your top row. What'd you get? 13 and what? Uh-huh. Perfect. Very good job, guys. All right, keep going. Some of us are still working. All right, what about that second row? Negative how much? 11, yeah. And 4. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. All right, last row, what'd you get? Negative 8, yeah, was the last one? 9. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, number 6. Notice that we're not adding and subtracting anymore. You're multiplying. You're just multiplying one number, right? So this is very, very easy when you're multiplying one number. You can always do this. You can always. So we're going to multiply by what number? Negative 4. So it's basically like distributing, okay? So you just multiply every single number by negative 4. So what would be negative 4 times negative 12? Positive 48. And then negative 4 times 6? Negative 24. Notice how I left enough space so it doesn't look like 48 minus 24. What about negative 4 times 15? Negative 60. And then negative 4 times negative 4? Negative 16. There's only one negative. Yep. All right, what about negative 4 times negative 6? Positive 24. Negative 4 times negative 13? 52. Very good. Negative 4 times negative 9? Yeah, positive 36. And then negative 4 times 8. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Y'all okay? Pretty easy stuff? Alright. Alright, last thing we're going to do is down here at the bottom. Notice it's the exact same thing, but they give you the matrices up here, and then you have to do whatever it tells you to do, okay? Alright, so we're going to do 8 and 9 together, okay? We're going to do 8 and 9 together. Here we go. What are you going to do on this one? What is this telling you? There you go. So here's matrix C right here. So it might help you to write it down. You're going to do 4 times matrix C. There you go. Take just a second and multiply 4 times all 6 of those numbers, okay? For your notes purposes, it might help to write that down. That way when you're doing your homework, you can see what you're doing. Alright, what's it give you? 8 and negative 8. Very good. What about your last row? Very good. Do you see how all my columns are lined up? All those numbers are lined up in my column? Okay. Alright, let's do one more. Now this one, what are we going to do here? There you go. You're going to multiply matrix A by 7. Alright, now here's what we got to watch on this one. You ready? So it'll be 7 times matrix A. And then subtract, and we're going to multiply by 2. Not negative 2. Do not multiply it by negative 2. Yes, ma'am. We're going to multiply everything by 2, and then we'll subtract. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay, here's what I want you to do first. Multiply the first one by 7, multiply the next one by 2. Let's check our answers before we subtract, okay? Alright, what'd you get when you multiplied the first one by 7? Yeah? Positive 66 and then positive 84. Very good. And then only thing we're going to multiply is a positive 2, right? What do I get when I multiply all these by positive 2? Yeah? Yeah? Negative how much? 34. Very good. Then what are we going to do to everything? Alright, take a minute and subtract everything, okay? This is everything that your first quiz is going to be on right here. Alright, well, just the first row. What's just the first row? And negative how much? 57. Perfect. Alright, and then the bottom row? And 118. Perfect, perfect. Y'all okay? Alright, here's what's going to happen. 2 things are going to happen real quick. We have about 14 minutes left. There are several of us that need to finish our test. And then your homework tonight are 7 and 10. So if you finished your test, if you have finished your test, you can go ahead and start on 7 and 10 for homework and not have any homework, okay? If you have not finished your test, go ahead and grab it out of the tray, and you have about 14 minutes left. That way I can start grading them tonight, okay? Because I haven't graded them because there was too many of us that haven't finished yet.